Welcome to Smart Haus, a Pittsburgh podcast about smart technologies, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and the future. I'm your host, Dustin Dowling, and with me today is comedian Derrick Knopsnyder.
What's up, man?
What's up, Derrick?
That was fancy when it went, like, there was echo. Will they hear that echo?
No, they will not hear the echo.
Oh, never mind.
Did you see me
fancy.
react
Yeah,
to it? I was like,
did.
no, my echo.
I thought that was part of it. I thought that was
No.
the big intro, but it's not. So welcome to Smart Haus.
We'll give the applause just to fill that in. Yes.
Thank you. Pack Studio. We did it.
That's true. You said Pack Studio. That just reminded me. I think I did have you on a show, and we did kind of have a packed basement.
Was it the party
studio.
show?
It was the party show.
Yeah.
Totally forgot.
That
about
was,
that.
there are different levels of height in your career and success. And I'll never forget one time I performed in a basement. Where was that? Where was that house at?
That was like. It's I was gonna say Penn Hills, but that's the nicer version of Penn. It was like the lower.
It's the nicer version of Penn Hills
or whatever.
Oh, Verona, yeah.
I think
Was that where it was?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
You're saying that wasn't a peak? I think that was my peak.
I think
that show was popping. We had Ali Spagnola, Gabby Hanna,
right?
Kurt Wooten. These are big names I'm saying right now.
I feel like you peaked way before that, Dustin. I feel like you peaked in high school, if we're being honest.
I peaked in college, but you know,
all right.
it was a secret.
Yeah.
That's the secret. Anyways, this is Smart Haus, and it's spelled like that because it's, Yinzers and stuff like that. So what kind of smart devices do you have on you right now?
I have my Apple Watch and I have my iPhone.
And which iPhone is that?
I think it's the 11.
Ooh, that's a little dated.
Yeah, I know. I saw the new one coming out and I got excited.
People really like this iPhone 14 for some reason.
That's the new one?
14, yeah.
That's how far behind I am. I don't even know what numbers we're on right now.
I don't know why they still use numbers. I find them quite annoying because they skipped 9, if you didn't know.
Why?
Just it wasn't cool enough. I believe the Android.
8 was cool. 10 was awesome.
Yeah, the 10 actually, for real, this is the thing. The iPhone 10 was so good, they actually stopped making it early because they realized that people weren't going to buy the new phone. So they were like, well, let's just stop making these and turn those off.
But no 9.
But no 9 because I believe either Samsung or some Android something had had a 10 out.
Okay.
And they didn't want to be
behind.
They didn't want to be the 9 versus the 10.
Right.
So yeah. I thought that was interesting.
I mean, I would take a 9.
It's marketing. It's marketing. But you're at 11 at least.
Yeah.
So like you're a little up. I'm at 12. So it's
all right. Yeah. What are you bragging about? You're shitting on mine. Can I swear on here? I'm sorry.
Yes.
You're crapping on my phone, and you're like, well, you have an 11. You have an 11. We're on 14 now. Which one are you on, Dustin? I'm at 12, actually. I'm at 12.
It's like a late 12. I don't know. I feel like there was a line, like there was a jump between because like I said, the 10 was really good.
Right.
Because they wanted to force the 11 onto you.
Right.
So the 11 was bad.
That's what I have.
So the 12 was like.
I think. How do I find that out? Do you know?
Somewhere in the settings and in about.
Somewhere in, okay.
I'm really good, by the way, as a tech guy. Like if you need to call me and like go through your menus.
General? About?
Yeah. Software info.
Oh, yeah, it's an 11.
11. Just straight up 11, by the way. No Max.
No, there's
no S. I don't even know what
no reason
the models they have there. But by the way, but if you call me, I can walk you through blindly through settings.
How to get through the settings?
Yeah, I'm that good.
Meanwhile, I asked you how do I find out? And you're like, I don't know, it's settings about something.
There. Well, then I realized I wanted to flex.
It's I don't know. But I do need a new phone. I do need a new one. This one's is getting a little slow here. I bought this phone. Here we go. I bought this phone. Was it 3 years ago? On the day that the Steelers played the Jets in New York, and the Jets won that game.
You bought it on that day?
I bought it on that. I bought it the day before.
Oh, okay.
And I went down to the Verizon store because the Jets won, so I was wearing my jersey in Pittsburgh. And then, and I bought this case for it, and it's the same case. I'm not fancy. And then, and now the Jets play the Steelers in Pittsburgh next week, so I might.
Oh, so that
might be it.
Was that like the reasoning you kind of got the phone? You're like,
no, I broke my other one.
Oh.
No, I broke. Yeah, no,
just wanted a new fresh phone for the game.
I want you to know I never feel good, so I never feel good. I always wake up. I'm just surprised. I wake up surprised that I didn't die. That's how I wake up every day. And then sometimes I come down and do a podcast.
This got real sad.
I
Real quick. I just realized I forgot my coffee out there. We're going to go grab it in a little bit. So you got the phone.
Yeah.
You said you have a watch.
Have an Apple Watch.
You have the Apple Watch.
I never thought I would need it either.
Oh.
I always, as soon as I got it, I was like, I'm never going to use this.
And so you guess
Oh
you
my
use
God,
it.
all the time.
Okay, explain that
For
a little
everything.
Bit. What do you do?
It's just nice to. First off, I never wore a watch before, so it's nice to have one. I can check the time.
Time.
That's
Yeah.
That's for, but to track like my workouts and stuff like that, like walking and like I don't work. I don't clearly you can tell by my shoulders I don't work out. But like for like on the treadmill, it's like cool to like track that. And then like to start podcasts. What's really useful is because I drive so much that like I always drive with the GPS on mute because I hate when she interrupts my my
so
jam
annoying.
session. So, but like this will vibrate whenever I need to make a turn. And I was like, that's where the government's tracking us anyway, so I might as well make it convenient. Well, both one on my back pocket and one on my wrist, so they never lose me. Yes. So those are the two smart devices I have. And then at my house, I have like smart lights and stuff like that.
I love the haptics when you're driving because it's almost like this way.
Yeah. It does
way.
guide you. It does.
Come on.
It's a hey honey, come on over here.
Yeah.
Come on over here.
I run Google Maps and they didn't have that feature until recently. And because I had the same thing, I like going into Google Maps and being like, shh,
mute it.
Just give me a little tap on the wrist. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all I need. And I too love the features of, keeping track. It's funny. I do work out, but there is something about like, I want the data or maybe the motivation of the rings to be like, I got to hit it. Like, I feel like I let someone down. I let Siri down.
I will tell you that I own a lot of workout clothes for a person whose watch has to remind them to stand every hour. That is a fact. I own way too many workout clothes for the watch is like, did you stand in the last 2 days? Have you done that? So that's where I'm at.
I have mine remind me to go to bed. And it's so like.
What time is that? What time is your bedtime?
I think 9:30 or 10.
Your bedtime's 9:30.
It's probably at 10 because I think it reminds me around 9:30. But it's so like motherly when it tells you it's like 9:30. It's time to wind down.
Yeah.
Like you need to turn off your social media devices. It's just so like, come on, gentle Dustin.
How do you go to sleep when you go to bed? Do you have your phone with you?
Yeah, I mean, I have the whole like non-wires, the wireless charging. So I do now take this off, even though I would love to have the data.
But then when do you charge it?
What?
The watch,
when do you charge it? Well,
I
think this is a 6 or a 7, so it is surprisingly like it doesn't need a big charge. Like you can kind of throw it on like during the shower.
Okay.
So like I could wear it at night, I think now, but it's too much. I start to get a little rash. So I would be cool to have like a ring because I do like that data. Oh, they're gonna have all kinds of stuff. Because I think they realize too that people don't want to wear it at night.
Right.
But you want the sleep data because. Why? I don't know. I just want to know when I'm up and like it's a whole thing for me.
Wait till smart condoms.
They don't have that yet.
You're not gonna believe this, Dustin. I didn't Google it before I got here. I did not. I don't want that on my search history.
Like, by the way, before I showed up to your show, I researched smart condoms.
Yeah.
I figured that was like the top tier subject we were going to be talking about.
I don't need that reminder. You usually last longer than this. And I don't need that.
Your average time is 6.4 minutes. It's like,
your workout ring is closed. I don't need that. I don't need anybody talking to me while I'm doing that.
So you did ask me, like, can we swear? Like, I think it's really funny that how many people I bring onto this podcast, because it's usually comedians.
Sure.
'Cause that's who I know. They're like, wait, can I swear? And at first, I wanted to be more professional and wanted to be more newsy because I wanted to clip this out. Like I said, I was doing this as a beta podcast for work to learn the software and stuff. And I was like, no swearing. This is very professional. In every episode, 30 minutes in, I was like, you motherfucker guys, you don't understand. And I just get into it. So like, I don't care. Like, it's whatever it is.
I try not to.
Yeah. So I was disappointed, like I said, that it is difficult to do what's TickTock called? SEGs with some of the watch on, even though I want the data.
Right.
I want the data.
Right. You need it.
Fill the circles.
Yeah.
but it gets in the it gets in the way. I don't want to hurt anybody. So I don't know what Apple needs to do. Maybe make a thinner, or maybe just another thing, like you said, a ring or like something to wear, so I can record that data.
What would it be? I mean, maybe a ring would make sense. Would have to be on one of the
or part of
rings
the or the condom.
or the condom, or yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe a belt, maybe because that would track your steps.
Now I just pictured me completely naked, but just have a belt.
Oh, I would,
Honey,
and it would light up.
Why are you wearing the belt?
And it would light up.
Listen, I gotta get the if I don't hit my rings, I am having a bad day, Lisa.
Thrusts per minute. And yeah, maybe, I don't know. Maybe they'll just be smart, and Apple will start selling shoes with the chip in it. And I think
one of those guys that like this, you wear your socks all the time. You're a sock guy.
No, not in bed. Are you a monster? Are you a sock guy in bed?
I can be sometimes.
What do you mean?
My feet get cold.
Jesus Christ. You can't wear socks in bed.
They get so cold. What is the reasoning from that? Is it like just because it's some kind of cultural thing that you have?
Why
to
don't
wear?
I wear socks in bed?
Well, yeah. Well, you
I'm a
obviously
decent
have a
fucking
very
human being, Dustin. Who wears socks in bed? If you wear socks in bed, are you serious?
My feet get cold.
You have blankets on your bed.
Yeah, but it doesn't understand. Like I wear like a t-shirt.
You
and
wear
then
a
I
t-shirt to
sock.
bed. Oh, you were just
it's
a
like
monster.
light t-shirt.
I sleep almost naked. I sleep.
Well,
almost
obviously,
naked.
yeah, you have underwear on. Obviously,
yeah, I do. I guess that's like socks for my wiener. So maybe, but at the same time,
This podcast went.
socks. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but socks in
Shabam!
bed. No, I can't do that.
That's hilarious. Sometimes I take them. Sometimes they're uncomfortable, but it's a cold thing.
Yeah.
What I was gonna ask is like, would you do the next step of just getting an implant of some kind of smart device?
No.
Not at all. You're
No,
totally against
that's definitely. See, like I grew up in a very Christian household, and that's definitely the devil for sure. That's definitely the devil for sure. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, because I was gonna ask you, wouldn't mind like some kind of augmented reality, which is like the reality we're in.
No.
No. Okay. What if I had glasses? Some nice glasses.
I want to live. I want to live in the world. I like this one.
You like this?
I like this one. I mean, it's bad. I get it. I have the news too, but it's like I like meeting people. I like going out. I like doing things in person. I like this. I don't want to wake up and put glasses on and no. Now that's if it gets to that, like I'm not gonna not do it. But at the same time, like I don't want to. I'm not lobbying for it.
Do you have? I think you said you had some smart devices at home where you got like an Alexa.
No, we took the Alexa down.
Oh, so
yeah,
you had the Alexa.
We did, yeah.
And then you're like, too many people in the house. You're out.
Well, here's why. It was a couple Halloweens ago. This is true. And we were watching something on TV, maybe American Horror Story or something like that. And it just started playing this creepy ass song. Just like, I'm not joking you, played the creepiest song. And then I found out that it was the song, and I don't remember the name of it, but it was the song of a singer. She fell off stage in a concert and broke her neck singing the song, and that was the song that was playing. I've never listened to that song before. I'm confident. I'm sure my wife hasn't listened to that song before, so we just unplugged that. That's the devil for sure. We're just gonna go ahead and not talk about it. Yeah. So we got rid of the Alexa, and now I just have just the smart TV, smart. We all both have smartphones, iPads, laptops.
You have all the other demons.
Yeah.
Just that
Xbox,
demon was
yeah.
Exorcism on this one. These
100%.
These ones are fine.
My other ones have never tried to possess me, so we're fine.
That's a scary.
It was very scary, honestly, and I 100% believe in ghosts and hauntings and stuff like that. And I was like, no. I'm not gonna give them a talk box for the spirits to get me.
So how do are you walking around telling these devices to turn on and turn off, or
I'm still able to flip light switches.
Yeah,
I got that. I still have this range of motion.
Yeah, because I have like outfitted my house.
Yeah.
For like, I wake up and I say, "Hey Google, good morning," and it's lights on, TVs, and whatever. I'm all about that.
That would be smart.
And the thermostat, that's kind of the nice thing.
I'm getting a new house and I'm so excited about having that thermostat.
Yeah. See, okay, so you're gonna get a little of that.
I'm gonna get, but like I just know for a fact that like I would be like, I would be like, I would wire my house up that way, and then I would 100% still just flip the light switches on and off. So there's no reason.
Well, I get annoyed. This is, well, stupid. I mean, people come over and they start hitting my light switches, which is basically they're just turning everything off.
Yeah.
Because I have everything on.
Right.
And like, what? No, stop.
Because you live in the future and we don't. So that's.
But the problem is, though, I have gotten upset because it doesn't always work. And I'll swear or something afterwards. Like, I'll be like, hey, Google, turn on such and such. And it messes up. And I'll be like, you fucking whatever, Google. And then Google, literally, this is what she said to me once. Please do not talk to me like that.
See,
I was like,
see, we're so close to losing to the robots, and it's all Dustin's fault because his house, he can't flip a light switch. That's where we are.
AI is getting super wild.
Crazy.
In the last few weeks, it has won art awards. I saw that some label signed an AI artist.
Oh yeah, because you can just tell it what you want it to draw for you. And then
in a sense, you kind of just give it some inputs, and then it takes that and just makes a completely original piece of art.
Yeah,
and then they're happening with music. I know another company, they're like have an artificial influencer by using like software that's like doing like automated dialogue and automated animation and whatever else, and they kind of just they do some inputs. It's not completely on its own, but it's so close.
We're losing.
It's gonna happen.
We're losing.
So, for example, we're talking about these watches, and when you go to bed, like we had planned this podcast like a month ago.
About a month ago, yeah.
A month ago.
Yeah.
So all day and all yesterday, all my devices are going, tomorrow, 1 p.m., podcast with Derrick Knopsnyder. You better get your fucking ass over there.
Did they say it like that?
No, but like it does in the morning. I do hear like today on the agenda.
Yeah.
And eventually I'll have an automated car that's just going to take me.
Well, that's what I was just going to ask you.
When do I lose control?
You've already lost control. Yeah. No, I think, I think about it like this. My nephew's like 11 right now, and I'm kind of like wondering if he'll ever have to learn how to drive a car.
I think about that. My daughter, who's 13, she's only years away.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's close enough.
It's close. Yeah. Yeah. I think, that generation will probably have to learn how to drive a car, but they won't. They won't. Like, we're not going to have to drive a car.
They'll do it. They'll have to physically know how to do it.
Right.
But most of their lives, they'll just be like clicking on the phone and it pulls up.
Oh, that'll be awesome. I'm all in for that.
Yes.
I'm all in for that because it drives so much that like the less I need to be around it, I would absolutely just love to.
Yeah. So like, tell me about what you do a little bit, because I was going to ask you about traveling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But maybe the listeners need to know why you would be traveling so much. You are a comedian and I guess a traveling comedian.
That's right. Yeah. So I spend about 150 to 200 days a year on the road, just give or take the year. So it's a lot, which is why we had to plan this out so far in advance. Do clubs, colleges, corporate events, breweries, wineries, fundraisers, really anywhere there's an audience and a microphone, we'll do it. Spend a lot of time on the road, a lot of time in hotels, traveling and doing that.
So what kind of car are you driving right now?
I drive, because I hate the environment, I drive a GMC truck.
Oh, that's a big boy.
It's not that big. It's a mid-sized truck.
Okay.
But I wanted to feel like a man. Nothing else in my life makes me feel like I'm a man. Where I have a size 30 waist, I have nothing makes me feel like a man. So I was like, we need something to get just feel testosterone is what I wanted. And
something you gotta crawl into.
You gotta get into. Yeah, there's a little bit of effort in there. You know what I mean? So it's not jacked up, but I was born in Somerset County, so it's in there. It's in my heart.
You're kind of fitting in the county.
In my heart. Yeah. Yep.
So would you in the future think about buying like a Tesla or something like that, since you brought that up?
Yeah, well, so that's what's hard. They would have to be more efficient, because I travel. I don't fly. I don't like to fly. So I'll drive everywhere. So for me, like it would add so many more travel hours, because every time you have to charge, it's 20, 30 minutes, outside of fast charges, but those are bad for the batteries. So you would have to like literally be at a gas station for 30 minutes every time you had to stop. And now, if I'm doing a trip, I can just fill up in like 5 minutes, 3 minutes, you know what I mean? Just boom, in and out. And so they would have to be more efficient, but I'm 100%. Yeah, I'd be for it. Yeah.
I don't think I'd have the patience to charge, but once they get past that,
I think,
I'm totally in.
So I mean, they're just not efficient yet. I mean, we're saving money we're saving the environment with fossil fuels, but to build the batteries requires a ton of fossil fuels, so it's not great.
Yeah, and also
It's
to
not
get
great.
to get those batteries, it looks like we're gonna have to start like literally just skimming the bottom of the ocean, and we don't know what that's gonna do.
And where do we put them then?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of
going on.
It sounds good, but it's
capitalism.
Probably not.
Woo!
It sounds good, but it's
Alright.
probably not.
So since you are traveling a lot, I'm guessing you have to use the apps to like find hotels and food, and possibly even once you get to your destination, maybe you don't want to buy your car, run your car anymore. You want to get an Uber. What like mash of apps do you use mostly?
Usually just Google Maps, and then when I'm in the area, so like I don't really use Uber that much. I like to drive. I like to be in control. But I will use like you know, this is how old school I am. When I check into a hotel, I'll be like, hey, what place do you recommend to eat? You know what I mean? Like I'm still like doing that.
So you're going
I'm
in,
still
getting
doing
the
that.
key. Where should I walk?
Where should I go
food?
get some food? But then I'll also like just check, see if there's like a Chick-fil-A, because I love the Lord's chicken, and there or a Chipotle or something like that, and then I'll drive there. Usually hotels, it's one of two things. Like I'll either use like the Expedia or the hotels app, or I'll just use like I like Holiday Inns are great. They're easy. They're convenient. You're in and out, so they have a nice app. So I use that as well.
Yeah, I've used their app before. Just something.
Enterprise, I also use their app a lot.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. See, now for search, when you like you said you usually ask, or that you're going to Google or something, so you use probably Google Maps if you're looking for somewhere to eat.
Apple Maps usually, or Google, Google Maps, yeah.
So supposedly, this is I think something Google probably said is not 100% true, but they said it was a crazy number. I want to say it was at least 40% of like Gen Z, when they want to search anything, they're not going to Google, they're going to TickTock first. So not just looking for like a fun video to watch,
right?
Like recipes, where should I go? And I guess the top two things are like food, basically, where to go eat, and recipes. So I think I'm feeling myself to do that now. So you say you're going to on Google to find stuff to eat. Now it's like a cool thing to get on TikTok and being like, what's a cool video? And then find someone going and eating and making the food there. And then I would go. So have you on that Verge line yet? On the
I really want to know what 14-year-olds are hungry for. That's really, I really want their opinion on Chipotle and why it's racist, probably. You know what I mean? That's what I want. I can't wait until I get on my app.
Too.
Yeah, for sure. But like, well, you can't eat here because Debbie ate here last week, and they told her she is ugly as fuck. So you can't do. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't. Here's the issue is Gen Z. They're adults now, and they have opinions, and it's fucking wrong, and it's just wrong, and it's wrong because I talked to these people, and I was like, "You were born in 2004." I have memories from 2004, right? Like I remember what I was doing in 2000. Like in 2000, I'm even just this grumpy old man, but like I like you're learning about September 11th as a historical event, and that's wrong. So you shouldn't get to vote. That's all I'm saying. Like you shouldn't get to vote. We already changed the age to buy cigarettes up to 21. So maybe we should change the age to vote until you can, because then I watch some of these TikToks, speaking of TikToks, where they're like, who is the first president of the United States? And this girl's like, well, maybe Abraham Lincoln. Maybe,
that's rough.
Maybe fucking die. What do you mean, maybe Abraham Lincoln? What do you mean? How have we failed you?
Because knowledge is at the fingertips of. It's just so easy to find that answer.
Yeah.
Why store it in my fucking brain?
Well, here's the issue. It's so easy to find the answer. It's so much easier now not to be an idiot. And we're making more idiots. I hate it.
So I pulled TikTok up earlier because we were kind of getting into it, and because I love TikTok in the same way that when I used to really love YouTube, where people would be like, "What's that? Is that what people just talk in their bedroom and stuff?" And I'm like, "Fuck you! You have no idea."
That's Pornhub.
Yeah, because I came to a realization that where I was at a point where I was watching like 10 TED Talks a day, and I was finding all the
TED Talks.
TED Talks.
Oh, I got
yeah.
into that,
And I was just sucking in all this knowledge, and I just felt like I'm better than you. You don't understand what YouTube is.
Yeah.
So when people come at me with,
but if you would have been, you were good at YouTube back in the day.
Well, I thought I was too, but it's a little cringe though too when I go.
Well, yeah, but that was the time.
Yeah,
that was the time.
Yeah.
You were good at YouTube.
That's
Dustin was good at YouTube.
Phil DeFranco commented on, which I believe is like I think he's top OG YouTuber.
Yeah.
When he commented on my channel or whatever video. He said he was a stupid joke. He spelled presence wrong as presence. He just said, "You have good presence." presence.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
always
I'm
said.
also good at gifts.
Bajillion likes, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? I was huge
Yeah,
after that.
made-
So when
made your
people
day.
talk about TikTok, I see it like like there's a Star Trek scene. There's a movie, the movie Star Trek, one of the newer ones. Spock's like in like a tube and he's watching videos like really fast. That's how he's learning.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's what TikTok is for me now.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
just,
what YouTube used to be.
I'm just scrolling through and I'm just sucking up all the knowledge, trying to avoid the thirst traps and the trending dancing,
Yeah.
which is there.
Yeah.
But listen, there's a lot of good stuff there. And you're right. It might ruin society, but not me. I'm good.
Oh, no, people are going to ruin society. I'm not going to blame it on an app. It's going to be people. We're going to do that on our own. Yeah, no, I don't use TikTok like that. I actually don't use TikTok much at all. Still a big YouTube guy. I love the long form content. Because I drive a lot. So like I'd like to not have to like, you know, if I just want to listen to something like a show on YouTube, I will literally just pull it up and just you know, Apple CarPlay, just, you know, play it and then have that, you know, the audio go right into my brain. And then if I'm home, I'll watch it like as a show. But no, like it's like if it's like a sports show. I like sports talk. Sports talk. Sports. But I'm not I don't. Yeah, if it's like something I have to watch, like I'll obviously, you know.
I think at one point YouTube's gonna maybe catch up in a sense of TikTok. It's because it's Google. It just has so much anyways.
Yep.
And the big difference between TikTok and Google, I think they just have this algorithm. TikTok has a really good algorithm. You said you haven't used it a lot, so that makes sense that you would have that opinion. But I remember after a few months in, it was like all of a sudden it got me, or it knew me.
Yeah.
It knew me. It wasn't just sending me content that I liked. It was giving me content that I didn't know I would like. Like, there was, for one, I was listening to watching farming videos for a while. Just this dude that was showing like tricks like to make like little plants in his basement and how they like covered certain vegetables to like last longer during the weather. And I was enthralled. I was like, I love this content. This woman, all about it, all she does is save the bees.
Okay.
Every end of the video,
you look like a big Save the Bees guy.
Yeah, she looked exactly. I didn't know, but at the end of the video, it's the same thing. She goes, and that was the day of saving the bees. And I can't get enough of it. This one, she just goes in, no gloves, and she's just pulling bees out of places they shouldn't be, putting them in cool places. She's
without
like
a suit on.
Yeah, she's like a fucking hero.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and she was just on NPR recently. I saw like a long form interview on her, and I was like, oh my God, like the meme of Leonardo DiCaprio. That's me, like being, that's the bee lady. That's the bee lady. And I'm like, am I that guy?
You are that guy.
I become this guy.
You are, yeah.
So like content like that, you can tell just makes my heart flutter for this kind of crazy nerd stuff. So you're right. You were talking about mans and trucks and stuff. I mean,
yeah, he was like, I just like flutter and save the bees, guys. So that's where we are. Well, we can get. It's not often that I'm the manliest person in the room. I promise you.
We can turn it a little bit more manly. So we can talk about Grand Theft Auto. Ooh. So were you a gamer? Did you play some games?
Yeah, I still do. Yeah.
And I guess you were a GTA guy then.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? When it started, like I played the storylines or whatever, but then when it came online. Oh, yeah, that was.
You're an online guy.
Well, you know, I just like to watch the world burn. You know, when there's no consequences for my actions.
Like SimCity or The Sims kind of feeling too. Yeah, just fucking tear it down.
I love it. Stealing airplanes and stuff. You know, stuff that I would never do in real life. You know, just taking them and just going. That is So I'm excited. It's been like what 8 years, 9 years since
it's been forever.
Yeah.
So long. This is why this is so big in the news that Grand Theft Auto 6 has huge leaks. Yeah. Huge leaks. And I actually kind of found the news a little annoying because in my mind, I'm like, well, it doesn't really change the game. It seems bad for the PR and the devs and everything like that. But I'm like, did they stop working? Like the game still is cool. Because the way I see the game now is like when you said online, that's actually how I watch the game is on TikTok.
Okay.
People play GTA Online and they play like a role play and it's modded and it's usually like there's cops and robbers. So it's like straight up watching someone be like a police officer in the GTA world, like literally like on the radio and they're pulled over and they're playing with other people.
Right.
I love watching that. But I guess there was huge leaks and like pieces of video and stuff like that went on the forums, and like people were like bagging on it that it looks bad or whatever. But it's also leaks from like 2 years ago, though.
I also don't care if it looks bad. The only issue with GTA is that it's such a massive game,
Huge,
that like you can either have GTA or you can have other games. Like that's what it comes down to. So like I had it on my hard drive for forever, and now I had to delete it because like Call of Duty is like, well, watch us make the most massive updates of all time to make our game more dog shit.
Yeah, like 70 gigabytes on my damn computer.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, I don't have a gaming computer yet. I don't have that kind of money, but I'm not. And then plus, I don't think I could use the keys like that. I'm not.
So I bought my daughter a gaming computer years ago, and she was kind of like, I don't understand. And now it's.
Did you get a? Oh, so she doesn't even have the controller. She just.
Oh, she's full on mouse, and like she's full on. She can kick my ass at any game now, including Modern Warfare. She's just too fast.
Yeah,
like I can't handle
so
her.
As quick as you gotta break her hand.
Mario Kart, like I gotta like shove her a little bit. I can't miss like the speed bursts. Right. You know, like you have to be so on around those corners because she'll crush me. Like first place, and then me. You know what I mean? Yeah. That kind of thing. So. That's why I do have
That's why I'm not having kids.
Yeah.
I don't want to be.
Yeah, but it's a good excuse to buy a good gaming computer, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
But anyways, with the Grand Theft Auto 6, it's right. It's like this, like I'm not gonna play this game and be like, oh, new Grand Theft Auto game. It's not like GTA 3 compared to when they finally put Vice City out, which by the way is the theme they're going for GTA. It's gonna be a Vice City Bonnie and Clyde thing.
Okay.
So
all right.
But I'm on board no matter what. Like, I don't know what I'm going to see.
You have my money.
Yeah.
You could have just updated the packaging and sold me the old game. That's like,
which they have done, by the way.
Madden's done it a million times, and I've bought that game.
But like, I come across these articles, and it's like the hugest gaming news ever. And I'm just like, I guess they don't know if it's going to have that same similar look, which I think is they should and funny, like how you fight in GTA.
Sure, yeah, exactly, yeah.
And you're just moving around. I want that.
I also, like I said, I was super out for AI and augmented reality. But if you give me a better Oculus, like you know what I mean, like where it's going, where like you're in the game, I'm all for that.
See, that was my next.
I'm all for that.
If I can, because I play the Oculus. I was before I got real busy. I'm in like an hour a day.
Yeah,
because they upgraded a game called Populous 1, which is it's Fortnite or whatever, and it's look down the barrel, move around, a lot of teamwork, which is the cool part. You really got to communicate. But yeah, if I'm in GTA
for sure,
running around,
I'm in.
Oh yeah,
I'm in. Oh, also, I'm super in for that. There was something I was gonna say something else, but now I forget what it was. Have you used YouTube on the Oculus? Because that's cool, because you're like in a theater basically. It's got to be awful for your eyes. It's got to.
It has to hurt.
We're 6 generations away from being moles. Like just no eyes, because you don't need them anymore. Everybody feels pretty. You know what I mean? Like you just feel people, and you're my wife. You know what I mean? Like and you don't need eyes because you just will implant visions in your head, and then communism.
I mean that's already happening. So like you're dating someone, all right, and then at my Smart House, I keep my lights nice and low.
That's creepy.
I keep that, it's
not
too bright around there.
Right.
So anytime I actually would see, or say anyone, you're seeing your partner, you see them on the social media where they already have the filters and stuff. Yeah. So you're like, she looks like that.
Yeah.
She looks like that.
Yeah.
So when you go
that's
home
what I'm waking up to.
and the light's a little dim, your brain just fills in, which is what it does. That's how most of sight is memory. So it fills in. So you're good. Huh. Except for those few times that the light does maybe hit her in the morning and you're waking up, you're like,
What did I just sleep with a barn animal? What just happened?
Where are my Google lenses?
Yeah, I need.
Oh, thank you, honey. That's much better.
I need them.
See,
so that's where you're at. Do you have a Roomba?
No, I don't have a Roomba. Right. I want something. Like that.
You want?
Yes, I want more robots, please. God, I don't want to do laundry. I don't want to do dishes. Dishes are my demons.
Yeah.
I want to come home and it's just like, I literally when I come home and I say, "Hey Google, I'm home."
Yeah.
She's like, "Welcome home, Dustin."
Yeah. That's where you want. That's where we're headed.
Like Back to the Future.
Many years? How many years are we for that?
2.
Really?
I think it's already so there. It's just a decision now.
I guess
It's the point to where it's not your decision anymore because, for example, like our children are just the internet's just there.
Yeah, they don't know a world without it.
They don't really
Right.
know a world without it. So at some point, there's just a world with artificial intelligence and robots
Just gonna
always
beat them.
helping you.
Yeah.
Could you imagine like someone like another 16-year-old finding another kid saying it doesn't go to school, public school, and lives on a farm,
Right.
and they're like,
You mean Amish people?
yeah, you're right.
Imagine
So
a 16
Amish people in
Yeah.
20 years, and you're just like, you're what? You don't have. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be way more weird.
You don't
than
make
it
your
is.
own soap? Right? Like, it's going to be very weird.
You're
Yeah.
just so disconnected. And then if that would ever happen to where, like, the power grid goes down and these kids,
Well, that's
don't
the other
have,
thing. That's the other thing. What's going to happen? Like my parents' generation was like, you kids can't fix a tire. You can't, you'd be lost without technology and 100%. Like I couldn't find my way anywhere without my GPS, right? Like, and that's bad. But at the same time, I feel like I'm a little bit more immersed in the real world than the next generation. And then the generation after that. So when something goes down, which is going to happen because we've already seen it happen in California.
Yeah. We went through a pandemic. Remember that?
Yeah. No, very much so. Yeah. And so like, it's going to happen. So like, how do you react to it? That's the big thing.
Right. And I like to talk about like future cities, and I always use Tokyo as an example where you can kind of have a life where you kind of live in a tube.
Right.
Where you sleep in a tube, you pay your rent or whatever that is, and once you get out, combined with universal income and maybe a small job in how the city works and the infrastructure works with apps and transportation, you kind of just pop out your tube, eat your meal that's air fried and given to you.
I hate
and
all
then
of that.
and then what if that turns off and then you're like,
How do I
where are
do
you
this?
finding the food?
Yeah.
Or like the Jetsons. The movie The Jetsons had this weird beginning. It's a pretty old movie now I think about it. But she walks out and she presses the button and the buildings go above the smog on Earth. Basically showing that there's no Earth. Think of the Jetsons. When are they on the fucking ground?
Yeah.
They're not because it's dead down there.
Right.
And like the future is going to be just basically all the wires and stuff are just hidden behind a wall or on the ground. And that's how it's going to be. And if the world goes to shit, we have to go back down there and fix everything.
I mean, so you're basically saying the world is going to be the back of your TV stand, just a whole bunch of wires and it's just dusty for no reason.
The ground level is the back of your TV
It's
stand.
just all, huh?
That's it, bro.
That's
the world. You don't want that world, I guess.
no. I like this one. I like this.
Do you
one.
live in the city or do you live more out of the city?
Out of the city? Not super far.
You got a little land, maybe you could have a yard to walk out on.
I
No.
mean, I have
You're
a
not-
yard.
You're not mowing.
I am mowing. I have a yard.
Okay.
But it's not like I grew up, like I said, I grew up in rural America, and I love that, But it's we had like a half acre or an acre of yard, you know what I mean, where we had to mow and we could go outside. There were woods close by. You played in those, and I like that.
Played in the
I
woods.
drank from a hose. Like,
Oh
that's-
my
yeah,
God.
that's what you did. That's what you did.
Disgusting.
That's
you drank from the hose, and I wear socks to bed. So.
yeah. So and and
I'm the monster.
Yeah, you are. There's not a kid out there that hasn't drank from a hose. I don't think you
you're
never
right.
drank from a hose.
No, I did.
Yeah, you had to. That's
But now I'm so scared to do that. I don't know.
I had uncles that like had a farm. You know what I mean? But that's just. I mean, I like being outside. I like doing that.
My grandfather had a farm. I actually lived on that farm for a while, and they had cows and the whole 9 yards. All about it. So here's some more news and more. We were talking about transportation and the National Transportation Safety Board.
Mm-hmm.
They got a bunch of money from the infrastructure bill, like everywhere else. It's just free money.
Yeah.
It's just getting printed
Piling
everywhere.
debt.
Yeah. So they said in 3 years, like vehicles need to have advanced drunk and impaired driving prevention technology.
So is that like a DUI, like the thing you would get in your car for a DUI?
So but they said the technology, this is what I thought was funny. Like it didn't talk about turning off the vehicle per se. It was like limiting the speed and what the vehicle can do. So I thought it was funny. I was like, wait a second. So
So we're still gonna let you make bad
It's
decisions.
like you're drunk, but we're not
Right.
going to turn off the car, but you can't
Right.
go over 20 miles an hour.
I mean, I would assume it's linked directly to the cops too. So they're gonna. There has to be.
I think that's kind of like why it's like part of the bill, and they're like issuing like what
that
they
also
think
seems like
should happen
entrapment.
because right, like what's the law?
You can't.
So this is where like the
Because if you do that, then why don't you just breathalyze everybody? Then immediately that bar should get shut down for over serving. You know what I mean? Because they've served you too much.
yeah, so this is where that weird thing of like what's legal and what's not legal. So you pass like a law to give money to an agency to make rules for the car industry.
Right, yeah.
But there's really not laws to tell the car industry that you have to do it. But there might be in the future.
Yeah.
So
We want the infrastructure there.
yeah, so it's this game where it's like, well, like, fuck you, safety board. We want to make money. Plus, that's crazy. You're going to make people get in the car. But at the same time, they're going to be like, well, that might be a law in 10 years. So maybe we should make that. And at the same time, maybe we shouldn't have drunk drivers. I agree. Let's not have drunk drivers.
I mean, we're
Hold
not
on.
advocating for drunk driving.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
What I am saying is, though, I know a lot of people that got a DUI and it changed their lives.
Yeah.
So, I mean, without that DUI, they would probably still be a piece of shit. So maybe, as long as you're not killing anybody, you're just hitting a curb.
And I
maybe
do
you should.
see that
That was wrong. I was just kidding.
There are commercials out there. They're like, buzz driving is drunk driving.
Right.
Is it? Come on.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like, let's.
I mean,
I'm not. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Let's put. That should be more of a question than a
Yeah.
statement. Okay.
I mean, legally it is technically. I think
Legally,
that's by the definition of the law.
all right.
It is.
Why do
However,
we keep bringing up the law?
however, yeah. I mean, I guess I'm all for not like losing young lives to senseless
Right.
driving like that. However, or old lives or our lives in general. What I am saying is though, it's like it's it's probably not even going to matter in 5 years because the cars are going to drive themselves.
Yeah, it's also one of those things where now they're on all so many levels. Cars going to start driving themselves
Because
because
if-
it won't become law.
Because if you drive a car drunk, that's bad. But you can ride a horse drunk because a horse has a mind of its own. Well, technically, a car's going
I
to start
thought that
having
was.
a mind.
I thought that was illegal. Actually,
No, I think because a horse has a mind of its own, you're allowed to ride a horse drunk.
that might not be the same in all states.
I
I kind of thought that if you were on a horse on a highway, or not a highway, a road, you're riding a horse on a road drunk.
Yeah.
I think you might be able to get a DUI.
Really?
I don't know. We don't have a real audience member to be like, "Hey, producer,
Yeah,
audience,
yeah.
could you check that right now?"
Steve,
because
can you pull that
it's-
up, please?
Yeah, Steve, can you pull it up, please? Hey there, Steve. Do you have a Yinzer accent? Can you do one?
No, I mean I can. I don't have one.
You have to do one now.
Yeah. Well, Yin's guy's going downtown and that. Yin's guy's going down Oakmont Bakery.
There you,
They're gonna
yes,
another
thank
one.
you.
Yeah, I like it when people clap for me. It's a pretty bad one, but I didn't grow up with one. I grew up, I didn't grow up in Pittsburgh. I didn't even know Pittsburgh. Here's how dumb I was growing up. I didn't even know Pittsburgh had an accent until I moved here. So I started doing comedy, and then everyone started doing like a Pittsburgh. Every comedian in the open mic scene has a Yinzer
Yes.
GPS joke where they talk about having a
musical.
GPS that's I got my GPS from down there in Southside, and you guys don't even know. It's like you guys gonna go past Kennywood, turn left, and I didn't even get it. I was like, why? But it's yeah.
To
so-
bring the more cultural
Yeah.
sense of the joke there, Derek. See, Pittsburgh was built on a terrible triangle grid. I don't know why I'm talking like that.
That's the worst Pittsburgh accent I've
I
ever
know. I was trying to be smart versus your Yinzer accent.
I know, but
and
I
it didn't
yeah,
work.
I know.
But what did happen? That the roads are really stupid. So that
Yeah.
was the original joke. Was you had to use landmarks instead of the roads.
Well, yeah, because the
they
roads are
didn't
on
do a
top
good-
of each other.
Yeah, they
and
didn't
then
do a good job.
you think you were done. Yeah.
But see, like I said, I grew up in Armstrong County, which is more redneck.
Yeah, very much so.
And
Very red county.
So there is a mixture of Yinzer and redneck.
Okay.
And so when I do my Yinzer, it's this Yin's neck.
It's this,
I don't even know
it's
how to.
this Yinzer that definitely
Yeah.
has a domestic dispute.
Yes, so
Which is also most Yinzers. So
so I got your Washingtons
Oh, okay.
and all the plurals. You don't
Yeah.
go to Kmart, you go to Kmart's.
Yeah.
And it's not Walmart, it's Walmart's and all
Yep.
these. It's all of that. But then I just kind of get a lot of slurs in there because it just like jish.
So
Just shishers.
So we had a few words like slippery
Slippery's
or
Yinzer.
Slippy.
That's
Yeah,
Yinzer.
Slippy's Yinzer, and things like that. Buggy when you a shopping
Buggy's a
cart,
Yinzer, yeah.
a shopping cart. I used to do a joke, and I said something about Buggy, and a lady came up to me after the show. I was in a different state, like maybe like Indiana, maybe Illinois, somewhere Midwesty, and this lady said, "Are you from Western Pennsylvania?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's really weird. Did you read my bio?" She's like, "No, you said Buggy." And it's a shopping cart everywhere else, and I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And
that just reminded me of a joke that I had, that I joined a Yinzer Gang.
smart.
And in the Yinzer Gang, you know, you had to speak Yinzer, and it was like, I had this whole bit where I was like, "We're gonna red you up," you know.
Get your red up.
You're gonna red you up.
Yeah.
Like, so stupid.
Red
It
up
was
your room. Yeah.
What a typical terrible. If you guys didn't know, of course, like I keep forgetting we're actually talking to an audience that might listen to us. This is how me and Derrick met from doing stand-up comedy when he was 19 years old, I believe.
Started,
just the baby.
Yeah.
At open mic at Duke's Station.
Oh, down there in Homestead.
Yeah. No,
Shout out
is that Homestead?
That's Homestead, yeah.
Yeah, but Duke Station in particular is now some brewery. It's like a
wait,
nice,
no, I thought you meant Duke's.
No.
Duke's and Homestead, and then there's a 8th and Hayes right beside it.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
I do try to remember. Yeah, there's two of them. You're right. There was two of them. Because the open mic I was thinking about, that's where Spoonwood is now. Spoonwood Brewery is there now. I thought that was Duke Station.
Okay, but Duke's is in Homestead.
Okay.
But
That's a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about Duke Station. That was when me, you, Kleiber, Brannigan, Suba. Maybe you didn't go there as much. Maybe you only went there
I
once
did
or
go
twice.
to Duke's a bunch.
Yeah.
And that was always on Mondays, I think.
Yes,
Mondays
it was on Mondays.
Yeah,
it was
the wrong. I think you have
Maybe I have the wrong.
Yeah, I think you do. Because it was definitely because
search it
Kleiber
up.
went to school with the girl who owned it. That's why we did it there.
There was definitely two. They might
They might have, yeah.
They actually might have been both been called Dukes.
And that's how we met.
And that's how we met. And then we got married.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And things are going well.
in the Smart House.
In the Smart House.
I went
It's going great.
How long have we been going here?
49:53.
Oh, yes. That's the real time, actually. I was recording our secret conversation like beforehand.
Don't do that.
Postpone.
We don't need that.
We don't need
out of
that.
context. We don't need that.
Is there anything you want to talk about? We were going to talk about deep fakes, but I think we're coming to the end here. So unless you're scared about deep fakes, you ever,
Yeah, I mean, it all scares me because you can get put in a weird position where, like obviously someone's saying something that looks like you and about you or something that, that's not you. Like that stuff's definitely real and scary for sure. I try to be, doing comedy, you have to be pretty present in what you're saying, especially today with everybody having a smartphone and an opinion on whatever. So the deepfake stuff does scare me for sure. But, it's, hey, I can't, it's out of my control. I'm not going to.
could you see, I see stuff in the future where it being so easy that copyright's just like gone. Like you can just make things with AI and steal things where I can just basically find like a clip of you.
Right.
Because you post a lot.
Right.
Be like, I kind of like that joke. It would really fit in these jokes I have.
Right.
Maybe if I just change a few lines, rip this off, put this through the system, I'll just take my face, put it on your face.
Yeah.
Now I got content.
Yeah.
And
that
it would
could be.
kind of
Yeah.
slips into mine.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just crazy shit like that happening.
I mean, it's definitely going to get easier to do. For sure. Yeah. That's
Just got to be original. And where can people find your original stuff, Derrick?
I think I have a DVD at Goodwill you can pick up somewhere. You got to really look for it.
You have a DVD?
No,
at
I don't have a
Goodwill?
DVD.
Is that where you're hiding
I
those?
don't have a DVD. Instagram is always the best. It's Instagram and YouTube. Instagram's just DK Comedy, and then YouTube and Facebook is my real name, just Derrick Knopsnyder. And then also host a sports betting show every week with Live Casino down there in Greensburg, Pittsburgh. It's called Take the Over. You can listen to that. That would be awesome.
That's cool.
That'd be cool if you listen to that. And launching not next month, but the next month. We're launching a show with the PGA Tour.
Oh,
So that's really cool.
That's
it's,
cool.
It's called
I did some audio on that show.
Yeah, he did. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was
I
gonna
did.
say. Yeah, that's yeah. No, I was gonna explain it to you, but you were there. You were there for the first
But
shoot.
you're plugging.
You were there. Yeah. So it was it's called Comedians in Carts Making Bogeys. We're doing an episode next week. Don't want to say who the guest is, but it's Tony Hinchcliffe, which is pretty cool. That's a big one.
That is a big one.
Yeah, that's a big one. And then we're in talks with we have one more episode to film this year. And we're in talks with some really cool people. So you'll be able to find that on YouTube. It will live on YouTube on Scratch Golf's YouTube. It's SKRATCH, Scratch Golf.
That is awesome. Now I'm excited.
I'm
I love
excited.
Tony. I saw Tony a couple months ago when he came down to PPG, whatever the thing,
with Rogan
console. Yeah, like what's that place is called now? Every place is different.
Acrisure Stadium.
Acrisure. I saw Tony Clifton at Three Rivers. It was great.
Tony Clifton.
Those
guys know that Tony kid.
Tony Clifton,
guy from a cereal box,
and Tommy Maddox. It was a great
Tommy
day.
Maddox, Charlie Batch opened for him. It's awesome. Joe DiNardo was there.
The Clarks came in. It was a good day.
Oh.
Donnie Irish rocked our faces off.
Man,
R.I.P.
I met Donnie Irish. He's not dead.
No, I don't
He
know.
just sang the national anthem at the Steelers game last week.
He was just on the shot.
I met him. He's a good dude. Yeah, Donnie's a great guy.
Anyways, guys, thanks for watching Smart House on the Pits. All the news stories can be found on the Smart House Facebook page if people still use Facebook. Maybe we need to get off that. I don't know. Check out www.thepitts.company, where you can find endless amounts of funny and informative content from Pittsburgh. And don't forget about bonus content, where you can just help us out on our Patreon, which is www.patreon.com/thepitts.
Boom.
The Smart House is produced by the Gateway.media. This is all the junk like that. The gateway to all your media. Guys, this has been Smart House. Thanks for watching.